Randomizer No Logic Tournament. My name is JD Silvergun, and I'm joined by Malamo. How are you doing today?
Good. I think we are both scouting a potential future opponent in this race. So our race will be later today at 9 p.m. Eastern, and the winner of this race that we're watching, SacriJuts versus Doomtap, will play the loser of our race. So today is a good day to follow the bracket, because it is definitely going to be pretty impactful who wins this race versus who wins the race later on. Now they are both game one, so we don't actually know by the end of the day what will happen, but it is something to look out for. Okay, we got Doomtap about to start, and I'll get them synced up in a second, don't worry.
And Meyer Small in Sanctuary, and a Heart Container in Link's House. Doomtap with the Link's House start. Map on the island and map of ice in Bonk Rocks.
The Doomtap is checking the island pretty early, using the iframes from the water splash to dash straight to Sahasrala's closet. He did today learn how to do ice rod swim the proper way, just before he was doing it low and then bombing in, which required bombs. That was limiting his ability to route it early, but now he can do it anytime he wants. He also could have teleported in, but it's a little dangerous to do that around the crabs.
Definitely.
SacriJuts gets some good triple prizes, red rupees, and checks Lumberjack for a heart piece, so we won't be seeing Aga 1 today. We still have yet to see Aga 1 in the tournament, as far as I'm aware. A lot of people haven't even been checking the Lumberjack because it's rarely worth getting.
I think there's, like, once in a great while it's worth doing, but, like, it's rare. It's very rare.
I think even when you see a good item up there, it's still questionable to do it. The item has to be really good to save time. Having post-Aga Dark World state when you don't have a Moon Pearl is really bad. Having all those guards on the screen is bad. Killing Aga is not that bad because you don't have to actually climb the tower to do it, but there are still consequences to killing Aga.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen people do it for the Moon Pearl itself, actually, in some races.
One of the few things that's worth getting there. I mean, I actually have been in a race where Moon Pearl was there and I didn't check it, and I won that race, so proof that you don't need to check Aga ever, even when it's good. SacriJuts doing what I would consider to be an aggressive Kakariko play. Most people will put this off for a little bit.
I think a lot of people don't like this early play because that bomb farm with the screen transition going in and out of the house is deceptively slow.
There are other reasons to put this off too.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You want to try to full clear town in one go if possible. I mean, with the exception of the Smith, because the Smith just doesn't exist.
Like, one of the issues SacriJuts is going to run into is having the powder and not actually being able to check it because he doesn't have any magic. It doesn't have the cane.
Yep, that is definitely true. Hookshot in the back of blinds. That could be very interesting later on. I was going to say before, the GT Big Key in the forest is nice, because it gives them a cave state Big Key early on. They don't have to worry about doing the castle if they don't want to.
Also, we're getting some starting hook pushing kit going on for SacriJuts in Kakariko Village, so this early play might pay off later, depending on when Doomtap gets it. They still need a few more things to actually make it work, but hookshot is obviously the thing you need always, and then you want to have something that sets a variable that makes hook pushing work, and powder and mushroom both work for that. They're not as good as the lamp, but they will do. They don't have the other parts yet, but those will come. Doomtap having a little bit of trouble with this clip. He is actually more comfortable with one-frame clips, I've noticed. Being a very experienced speedrunner, has done some glitch categories requiring one-frame clips and is pretty fast at them, but this doesn't present very many one-frame clip options for him doing Graveyard Ledge, so he's just doing it with the boots clipping, and that's a little bit harder for him. going into here? Is this for bombs? It's for bombs. We don't have a bottle yet. Alright, let's see Doomtap. Let's see your ice rod swim. Make me proud.
This is such a weird trick. Like, you can do it a million, not for fun, but for actual fun. Like, do it like a million times, and sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's finicky for sure. Thankfully, retrying it is quick. The cost of failure is low. Yeah, that's a good spot. He's low enough that he doesn't have to do anything special to exit, but high enough that he can still get in. That's exactly where you want to be. And then to optimize the exit, you want to bonk on the chest. You bonk on the chest, splash, keep D-pad neutral, and then arm your water walk out. If you don't splash, you get a splash outside instead. You lose a little bit of time, but not that much.
Yeah, I actually didn't even know that until just now. Nobody used to do that.
This is something Mr. Breyer figured out like 2 weeks ago, so don't hate yourself for not knowing about it. Okay, this is, I guess, our first Underworld glitch. SacriJuts doing the Quadrant glitch to desert right side. Setting up for an easy death warp. Doesn't look like Doomtap's really getting anything out of this play. Unknown item. Okay, I saw a red boomerang in the inventory, so that's a part of hook pushing. We're like almost able to hook push now, actually. We can set index now with just the red boom and the mushroom. But what we don't have is enough stuff to put on screen to make it all work. But that's the only thing we're missing now, I think. I think even like one more item would be enough. Maybe the fire rod, maybe... Well, definitely the cane, but the cane is a lot of things at once. You think with just the sword? I don't even know if the sword is necessary. Because the boomerang replaces the sword for all the things you would use a sword for.
The boomerang still helps with the front slots, but I don't know, even if they do get like just barely enough stuff to do it, like that's...
It might
especially for a newer runner like SacriJuts, like you probably don't really want to be doing that stuff, at least not in a situation where, like, if it fails, you lose time. Like,
or just
you don't want to do it
theorizing
deep
anyway.
in a dungeon.
They would have to set up the index out in the overworld and then bring it inside somewhere, and then do a pretty difficult hook push. I guess it's like 2 bombs and red boom dash dust hook might work. I'm not really clear on how many slots the red boom fills in the front, which is the important part. Well, it's one of the important parts. Yeah, releasing could be an issue too. Releasing with red boom is always tricky because it wants to miss-slot things when you have sparkles on screen, and you don't want to release with things that make sparkles. But anyway, Doomtap's in Spiral Cave with actually kind of low equipment too. Like, this is dangerous to be in Spiral Cave with only 4 hearts. That's why you guys still use bombs to kill the moleworms. Bottom of the Spiral Cave can be quite dangerous as well. SacriJuts has a lot more to work with, but Doomtap has the fire rod now, which is, I think, if... Oh, this is dangerous. So, like, SacriJuts could maybe hook push with the fire rod and this other stuff. Oh my god, we're just gonna frame roll it. Very good. Each time Doomtap unpauses, he's rolling the dice, and it has a 1 in 4 chance of getting hit. But he rolls the dice too many times and eventually gets hit. It's a big old game of Russian roulette. Oh! SacriJuts is really close to getting a full magic refill. and a Moon Pearl, and an Ice Rod. That's my pushing for sure. Okay, so we have some good starting equipment now. I almost
I'd like
find...
to see the shortcut to go across the bottom of the mountain. This is the one I do if I die, like in that area. But I mean, this works,
yeah.
though.
Is it really that short?
I mean, it's shorter than this.
Yeah, I find it annoying to do. It's like having to get back inbounds using that rock and then not get hit by the Tektite at the end. But what Doomtap is doing is also kind of dangerous, because there's Tektites here too.
I mean, just for variety's sake, it's not that much faster. It's just rarely seen, so it would have been kind of cool if he showed that.
I have
but it's not a big deal.
Minimum equipment to feel comfortable doing East of Mountain. Doomtap is definitely below that threshold for me, and he's showing why that is, because there's just Moldorms everywhere that will kill you if you can't defend yourself. SacriJuts is taking a more conventional route to Ice Rod Cave. So I wonder if Hobo will ever get routed in. It doesn't seem to matter because I don't think anything was there. Doomtap does find a glove, so is rewarded for returning. But he has to survive... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's a fire rod here too, so just go to East Death Mountain, there's 2 fire rods. By the way, if you are new here, we do put an extra fire rod and an extra ice rod in the pool just to keep it from being unbeatable and to encourage lower percent go modes, because that's more fun. When you have rod hunts, you tend to get go modes that are too easy, and you don't get to see as many glitches in the end game. If you're used to watching casual boots, you're probably used to games being decided by who hits go mode first. That's not true for No Logic. For No Logic, even if you're in go mode first, it's no guarantee that you will actually win, because the end game is still challenging. You can't just turn off your brain and autopilot through the rest of it, and most of the time you have to actually do the hardest parts after go mode. And that's when the mistakes are made. That's when the skills come into play. So SacriJuts is doing some old tech. This is Zora DMA. I haven't seen this yet.
I mean, this swim clipping kind of obsoleted this, but it is cool to see the variety, though.
I'm not sure SacriJuts could get in the water right now, but if they could, then swim clipping would have been pretty good here. I never even learned this. Okay, here's Doomtap. Wow, that's a really fast citrus. Like, to be able to do that while a guard is on your tail is pretty impressive. Okay, a map. Turtle Rock, it's a good map.
I was wondering if he was going to go back to that map, and yes, that is a very good map. A little less so in this speed because they have access to both of the rods early, but still a good map.
Yeah, it's a really important information to have, is whether you actually need to find the rods. You do need something for Ganon, so you need a fire source, and you need, and don't get me started on that silver, 4 silvers thing. Nobody actually does that in real life. You also need a weapon for cold stare if that's required. That's Bombos or Fire Rod.
I wanted to answer a question in chat really quick. No Logic. I'm sorry. Okay, my phone is being stupid. I don't know who said it, but somebody asked what no logic means. It literally means no logic. It means there's no fill algorithm for the items. Like, everything is placed completely at random with no regards to, like, accessibility or beatability. And to compensate for that, we are allowed to do many major glitches to beat the game. And so that's what no logic means.
Doomtap is still limited to bombs as a weapon and gets some pretty bad RNG from the first Moldorm. You usually expect the first Moldorm to go towards you at some point, so you want to place your bomb low, but it doesn't actually always do that. And you have to be ready to pick up your bomb and throw it if it stays at the top. Well, yeah, Doomtap is, I like to say, in go mode now. Not really, but we have both rods. Doomtap doesn't have the hook pushing yet. He just has to go to Kakariko. Now this is a King's Tomb play. This is Dorjuk. Doomtap's going to use the bomb to get through the door without actually triggering the transition, so he can hit it from the wrong side. And the room above this is King's Tomb. This is a small key to Turtle Rock. Thank you, Textbox. We wouldn't have known that otherwise. Yeah, we need swords to beat Ganon, for sure. That's actually hard required.
So did SacriJuts skip the juke to King's Tomb? I don't remember, sorry.
I don't think I
Okay.
saw it. I think he had good reason to skip it. Like they could have like, so maybe we'll see it here. Oh no, this is just Hera. But you could, if you wanted to, you could like DMD. So get to Graveyard Ledge and then do the Tomb Raider glitch to get to King's Tomb after.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a big deal in this seed, but it is interesting to see who goes for it and who doesn't.
Doomtap doing another one-frame clip. You don't have to one-frame clip here when you're Link, but it's what he knows. If you're comfortable with boots clipping, you can also just get into that top corner and boots clip all the way in and then hold down. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, Doomtap is absurdly fast. Just some of this stuff, he really is showing his speedrunning experience.
Alright, Mirror is a good item. Mirror is, besides just its usual uses, it can substitute for a bottle for some glitches. Like, I didn't know you could do that. Doomtap, that's a cool clip. That's a cool clip.
He did it to not aggro the bird. That's
yeah,
kinda
no,
crazy.
that's really good. I just learned something today. Very good. I know you can teleport off of that, but you have to know the cue. And that's usually used to carry a Super Bunny state off, and you don't need that when you have Pearl. Are there any noob-friendly guides about Zelda runs? Yeah, if you want to learn like the no major glitches run, there's a tutorial that I will link real quick.
There also is the Casual Boots tournament going on right now as well, which only allows a few like specific like glitches that are pretty minor for the most part.
Even if you want to start with glitched runs, you usually want to learn an NMG guide first, because most of the guides for glitch runs assume you already know it. Doomtap is in danger. Okay, good.
I'm not sure about this Skullwoods play. I mean, I don't hate it, but if he doesn't find like something, he's not going to be able to finish it.
The problem with Skullwoods is he also can't leave. Oh wait, he stole a key. Okay. He had to do some really slow stuff to be able to leave. Yeah, I agree. I think this is not the best use of his time. I think he wants to be efficient and route this in with Kakariko.
Yeah, he might try to do like a whole world tour of light and dark together with the Mirror and the Moon Pearl.
That always seems like a good idea until you actually do it, and then you realize you're spending, 8 seconds at a time in world transitions that you could have just spent walking there. Well, the best I could say is that there was a useful map in here. Misery Mire is one of the harder dungeons to clear when you don't have the medallion. You have to do some pretty awful stuff to get the crystal. I don't think Vitreous will be a problem in the seed, with hook pushing being available.
It's available, but it's not good hook pushing yet if we don't have like the lamp or some other stuff. But
yeah.
We'll see.
SacriJuts was literally just watching me struggle with this equipment hook pushing, and maybe has learned enough to be able to do it in the race. Doomtap was watching too, but I think he probably already knows how to do it. He's done some speedruns. I don't know if he's done the speedruns recently enough to know those hook pushes though. They're fairly new.
Yeah, I know Doomtap did the major glitches all dungeons, the one that has EG like quite some time ago. A nice bow in the chest game.
Is that tree warpable?
You know what? I actually don't remember. I'm gonna just go with no, but I mean, maybe it is. But for me, someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Because that kind of seems like one of the NPC items. Like, the flag is different, but I could be wrong. First potion bottle in Thieves Town. That's interesting. You can dupe the chest game, Tam?
That's pretty
Are
cool.
you sure? Huh.
But that would only
I've never
work if,
tried that.
I think that would only work if they hadn't already done the dam, right? Assuming. Picturing it right. What is Doomtap doing? Did he pick up something that's dupable?
He's
He look-
thinking about trying to dupe the bottle that he just picked up in the
Okay.
ambush chest in Thieves Town.
He's looking at-
probably looking at a map or something like that.
Yes.
And
I love when people pull up the map in the middle of the run. It's peak no logic. Oh, we're doing some real sea house dashes. Alright, we're gonna get a... Oh, no. No muffin stash. It's okay. It was a muffin
So-
stash in spirit.
so for people that don't know, one of the things you can do with these potion glitches is writing chest flags onto other chests. Like if you have a room with closed chests and one with open chests, you can write the flag to close the chests and then pick up the item twice. That's what Doomtap was thinking about. He wasn't just like taking a nap or anything like that.
Taking a nap, yeah, he's... Okay. Now Doomtap does all the stuff that has hook pushing in it. I'd love to see if he feels like he could do anything with it. I also don't really know if it's worth hook pushing anywhere right now. Like, I can't think of any like immediate case where it's like, oh, it would be really nice to have hook pushing right now. I think they have better things to do. So this chest can be duped. I think if you do like a YBA from the next room over, that room is it's an auto door YBA, right? Going to the left, which is kind of awkward. If he hadn't... Yeah. I don't think it's trivial to dupe that bottle. And maybe Doomtap came to the same conclusion, because he didn't immediately dupe it. The bottle had the right kind of potion in it, that if he wanted to dupe it right then and there he could have, but I don't think he found a solution that he was comfortable with by looking at the map. I think it's a little early to be duping bottles anyway. I think you can always come back later.
That was exactly what I was about to say. They don't even have a sword yet, so like you can't think about endgame if you don't even have a sword yet, honestly. They have a lot of maps though.
Yeah, I always operate on a philosophy of you should do the easy things first, because you might find things on the way that make the hard things easy. If you do the hard things first, you might find that you have wasted your time later on. Like, for example, if you do the Mire Crystal dupe, and then you find the medallion afterward, you have just wasted a bunch of time.
Definitely.
I've literally had Vitreous drop the Mire medallion before, and if you don't do Vitreous first... If you do Vitreous first, you save a ton of time. And there's no reason to get the crystal, because the crystal doesn't get you any items. The Vitreous gets you one item, at least. Yeah, Doomtap is... Yeah, I don't
He
think
actually
this
got a
is...
quick warp on that. Doomtap knows too much about this
He probably
game.
knows it. I don't know if he knows it. He just got lucky, but... If anybody knows it, it's him.
And that quick warp is in the all bosses run, but it's kind of hard to execute. And the lamp in Mire Shed with another bottle, jeez.
Lamp is the good item to have for setting hook push variables, so that's good. I think you have good hook pushing now if you know how to do it with low index. Which is funny because lamp sets high index, but low index is the easier way to do it when you're using non-sword items to actually mislot, in my opinion. Alright, ice is a pendant. And then we have a whole bunch of crystals on the map, including red ones, so we won't be talking to the bottle merchant today. Mire and Swamp are a couple of the hardest dungeons to do in no logic. So seeing them be crystals means you might be in for a bit of a ride. Ice Palace is... it's fine. You pretty much always do Ice Palace the same way in every seed. So even though it does have some tech in it, it's always the same tech and it's kind of boring.
I mean, there are a few variations, but you can't really, like, skip the dungeon. You have to go through a lot of rooms, no matter how you do it.
Oh, Tam is pointing out our tracker that we actually know all the pendants between the two of us. They don't know it, but we do.
Oh, I didn't realize Hera was a known pendant. That's unfortunate for them, but it is what it is.
Moldorm always dies in no logic, whether it's a pendant or a crystal, so it's... Having Hera be a pendant is just like making the game longer for no reason. SacriJuts is in Thieves Town, by the way, from Desert, but has already done the right side, so it's just going to mirror out. Doing it there, though, is pretty fast compared to doing the attic normally. It was probably worth doing there. It's definitely worth doing if you're using it to get to Desert right side. Oh, high five. Big key of Hera, it's actually one of the better big keys in the game. Even with Hera being a pendant, we might use that big key to do other things. Probably not in this seed with Mire Medallion actually being available. I didn't catch where Sacri got the Ether Medallion, but it is the medallion for Mire, so we don't have to worry about weird Mire crystal strategies. We just have to get to the boss somehow. It's in Hookshot Cave? Okay. Now that Doomtap has Hookshot, he'll probably get there eventually. We saw him practicing the hover. We won't be seeing it in this seed. Practicing was a mistake.
There's a lot of races where you practice stuff and then you end up not having to do it, or you practice before the race and then you don't need it in the race. Like my last race in this tournament, I did so many weird YBAs, and then there were no YBAs in the whole seed. But I agree that Doomtap will probably get Ether eventually. If you have the Moon Pearl and the Hookshot Cave is like pretty obvious and good density.
Well, Doomtap's just gonna get a crystal. We might see an NNG landmark fight. He doesn't have enough magic to do the fight normally. Well, with the fire rod. Normal is relative.
Tam, I'm not sure if these runners actually know Blockbuster. I mean, as cool as it is kind of an obscure one.
As cool as it is, you did lose a race for doing it. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I think your opponent also did it. You both won. Wow, Lee's house. What the heck? Can we talk about how SacriJuts is doing Link's house at 28 minutes?
It's from the Dark World, no less.
That is routing with a capital R. Yeah, fundamentals approach.
Is probably excited. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, fundamentals approach is what I recommend for anyone new to no logic. Also, anyone not new to no logic. But once you've learned the fundamentals, your idea of what fundamentals are is it broadens. But learning the theory of the glitches is a good investment into your future. Like, if you know how hook fishing works, you can use it anywhere. You don't have to learn each one individually. If you know how teleporting works, you can just do it on any slope.
I was gonna say SacriJuts was maybe excited about the Eastern Big with the bow, but doesn't yet know that it's a green pendant.
I know, they'll find out like right before getting there too, which is fantastic. SacriJuts is learning this almost on the fly, it looks like.
Yeah,
You
that
should be
looks a
able to
little
just-
bit high up, but
You can just hook dash it. I think they tried that and something didn't go right.
oh yeah, that's true.
There you go. That looks good. That'll work. Doomtap's in desert. 30 minutes in. Will we see a Thieves' Town attic? Doesn't look like Doom's even going in that direction. So maybe not. By the way, I completely missed the Lambo fight. Was it interesting? Did
I
we
just
get a
assumed it was
2-cycle?
good.
Did we get a 2-cycle again? Because last time I saw him do a Lambo, he got a 2-cycle. With the bow.
That's disgusting, honestly.
Yeah, it was
but-
it was disgusting, for sure. I mean, I think
I don't know
you
if
should
it was
just.
quite that good. I'm sure
You
it was
don't-
good though.
If you don't have a hook shot, I think. I mean, if you don't have a bottle, you could just hook shot to desert thieves, and then back down. I think the
Definitely.
Doomtap actually might be missing a sparkle option that isn't Ice Rod. And Ice Rod is super annoying to work with, so I can actually see why he's not doing it. Wait, where's the... Oh, the boomerang is here, I think. I think Doomtap's about to get the boomerang.
I think that's
Um,
right, yeah.
6 hours, less than that, right? 9 p.m. Eastern is in 4.5 hours.
Yeah. That is a thing that's going to happen, yes.
Yep. Stay tuned. That will be on SpeedGaming 4. Yep, red boomerang. Doomtap's showing us too. Nice. Nice to see people using quick swap to help our trackers out. Where does this go? That goes up. Why is Doomtap going up? Did he leave a portal here? Desert? Oh, he hasn't been here yet. Weird. That makes sense because it's mirroring in this area a bunch of times to check these items is really slow.
Swamp big key on the mushroom. Not the big key we were hoping for, probably.
Yeah, Doom's route is... Okay, Doom's route being crazy is why I say that early Moon Pearl and no logic is actually spicy and not boring.
Yeah, Doomtap is going ultra thorough, which makes sense. Not having any swords is not comfortable.
I think this will be our first hype cave, is that right? Or did we already see it from one of them?
SacriJuts already did it, and I think it was pretty unhype, if I recall correctly.
SacriJuts first person in pod has the equipment needed to kill Helmosaur and get all the items. I had to think about killing Helmosaur. The bow is what allows them to do that because they don't have a melee weapon yet. This is a good place to go if you're looking for swords because you can refill chests pretty easily in here.
I said Doomtap was being thorough, but they're both being very thorough right now.
They are.
There's so few fights they can actually do, like boss-wise.
It is super annoying to be missing a sword when you have this much other equipment. But it makes sense for them to go into dungeons that they can clear. Like Desert and Pod. Nice Pod small key, that's a vanilla item. And not allowed in Randomizer when Randomizer has logic enabled, which is great. Doomtap doing Pyramid Fairy. This is the way we do it in the year 2024, except not quite. There's a faster way to do it, but that works just as well. We used to have to set up like a mirror portal and stuff, which we still do for Missing Pearl. but this method is a lot faster and lets you peek the item as well.
So we've not seen the castle yet, right?
We have not.
Alright, that's probably what's coming next from Doomtap then.
Given his thoroughness, I would not be surprised to see it. Blue potion and a bottle. So we have 3 bottles. I guess I'll just fill up on blues. Blue potions are not the best potion when you have Pearl. They're usually used as a Moon Pearl replacement and not as useful indoors. Yeah, if his plan, you're right, if his plan was to go to Thieves Town from the castle, the blue potion doesn't help him there. I mean, maybe he has one in his pocket, I'm not actually sure if he still has the red. If he still has it, maybe that's why he didn't do Desert Thieves. Because he would want to do Thieves from here. He would have used it in Desert, but he didn't. So yeah, maybe he still has it. I guess the answer would have been just mirror and buy one on the way here. Because there are a couple places to buy a potion.
Well, I mean, there is the shop in the Dark World as well, but...
Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, this is Thieves Town, he must have the potion. He's not even doing the escape, he's just doing Thieves. This is a little bit more aggressive than we've seen him so far. Starting to think about, like, just clearing crystals and hoping a sword turns up. Oh, he did all that and didn't have a health missing, couldn't use the potion. Unfortunate.
Oh, is this enough magic? Like 1 bar? Is that enough to do the Burna blind fight?
Oh, we're doing Burna blind. It is. He also has blue potions.
Oh, well, that's true too. That's a good point. Yeah, so it's really safe then, if that's the case. I forgot for a second.
I hadn't even twigged that he would maybe have trouble feeling blind. He's taking the maiden, but if he didn't do Desert Thieves, he can't turn in the maiden yet.
Yeah, he's going to get the bad news that she despawns when you walk up the stairs. Not these stairs, but the other stairs to the top floor.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt him to grab the maiden here, it's just not useful. One of the reasons Desert Thieves Attic is so good is that you can skip this whole Thieves backtracking and then you don't have to go back to the maiden twice when you do it from Cave State. Oh, is he gonna... Yeah, he's gonna just do it all now. It is faster to do it now than to go back in Thieves State. Oh, no. He's remembering. Okay. I think it was fine to walk in with the maiden. You could just walk out again. The door doesn't close behind you until you actually activate the fight. And we have ways of preventing that too, if we need to. Nice hallway.
Good execution plus friendly RNG.
Yep, you need both, especially swordless. Oh, he's avoiding the pot arrow, or the pot key. I think it would have been fine to pick that up. It's not gonna, like, bring his keys back to 0. Once you've spent 1 key, you're safe. Your keys will go to 99 instead of 0. The last chance for SacriJuts to find anything in pod. Other than the red mail, apparently. The big key of Skull Woods. Guess we'll get it on the way back in when we get a sword. There could be a second sword there.
Wait, did I'm sorry, excuse me. Did SacriJuts go to Skullwoods, or was it just Doomtap?
SacriJuts dropped into Skullwoods with 2 keys, and did at least the front. I'm not sure if they did the middle.
Okay.
Apparently we have
that's
3,
a very
though.
low priority then.
Yeah. It's really just they'll return when they have the sword, or if they want to do some awful hook pushing, they could do it without a sword.
Well, it's Samaria, and if you have a magic refill, the swordless moth fight is not that bad.
That's true.
If you
Samaria
have a magic refill with the fire rod.
Ooh, Doom's having a little trouble getting through this room. Everything's just crowding that door and he can't defend himself. Ooh, laser
these
bridge.
enemies are so rude sometimes.
This is an interesting play because SacriJuts currently can't kill Trinex, except now he can. So that sword is extremely dupable. Oh, I hope he's got the right potions.
Yeah, with the mirror, it's even like free, that you don't have to do anything inconvenient at all.
Yeah, you have to have a red or a blue potion, and you just have to go into the room above in YBA South. That's it.
Yes, just for those that don't know, if a room or like a super tile has no chests into it, or chests in it, it will still close chests if you write the data onto a super tile that has chests.
Wait, why is green okay? I'm missing something here. Oh, because you can... Oh my god. Okay, so I didn't even think about that. We recently made a rule by vote that it's okay to do some of the illegal glitches just to dupe chests, as long as you don't actually take advantage of the out of bounds that you get from those glitches. So normally we don't use green potions in super tile doors because they activate a glitch called Plaid World that's banned, but we voted that you can still do that just to refill a chest and mirror out and not actually use the Plaid World to go out of bounds.
I like that he went back for the hard container too. That's cool.
Oh, good pointing out also that Doomtap got a sword from Blind, which means SacriJuts is guaranteed to get tempered in this seed. I would say that both of them could be in go mode. I'm not going to say they are, but they could be. I think there could be an issue with hook pushing. Sorry, with Swamp Palace. That could be a problem. It's definitely
Swamp Palace with no Samaria or flippers is not good.
It's definitely possible. Doomtap has a solution involving 3 bottles. And SacriJuts has a solution involving 2 bottles and a mirror. They're both very slow to do and would require opening the desert small key door, which is not impossible, just slow.
Oh no, the boss is not the issue. It's getting the crystal is like ridiculous.
The crystal, okay, Doomtap can fake Clipper. That's not hard for him. I don't know if SacriJuts can do that. So that could be an issue. Wow, did we just fake flute to 1? That is not faster than saving and quitting. But I guess Doomtap doesn't value the blue potion. Doesn't know that there's a dupable sword in Laser Bridge, apparently.
Oh, maybe he just wanted to get rid of it. He wasn't actually trying to be faster.
If you want to get rid of a blue potion, you fake flute to 2 and buy a better potion. They also both have a mushroom to turn in. If they wanted to.
No, SacriJuts checked it. It was the Swamp Big Key.
Aye.
But we'll have to ask Doomtap about his fake fluting strategy.
Oh, you're right. We can go to Argus from Hera. We were just talking about this on my stream. It used to be kind of hard to do it, and now it's really easy with Specky Clip. If you have the hook shot, you can just clip from Hera and go all the way back to Argus. And if you don't have flippers, you do 1 spin YBA to actually get to Argus. As long as you're on a VRAM capable hardware and know what to do to prevent the crash, it's much easier now. Okay, Doomtap getting the pendant. According to our tracker, Doomtap didn't actually know this was a pendant, so now he does and has full information.
Yeah, he missed the map because he doesn't have like the hood marker. Don't remember where that map was. Looks like Doomtap is probably going to get... I don't know if he's going to TR, maybe not yet, but...
This could be Hookshot Cave. There was something good here and I forgot what. Was it the Ether Medallion?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good for him. That saves a million years in mire. SacriJuts will get the Tempered Sword here.
Oh, there's the map for Hera. Right after doing it.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably killing Moldor for the swamp crystal anyway, so it's not that big a deal.
Definitely could have been worse. Like if it was a different dungeon he had blind pull the pendant from. We've all been there.
There's Ether for Doomtap, Tempered Sword for SacriJuts, and avoiding the illegal compass drop. That's a rando bug, so we outlawed using it to warp out of the dungeon.
Yeah, it's going to be fixed soon, TM.
I think barring fake flippers, or like barring the swamp crystal, this is a decent go mode for both runners. Well, assuming Doomtap goes to laser bridge and gets the swords. He might be avoiding it because he doesn't have a good way to kill Trinix. His damage output is a little bit shoddy right now.
This routing makes sense though. He doesn't know there's a sword on Laser Bridge, and the map wrap to Skullwoods, just like putting you right near the end of the dungeon is convenient. I like that.
It's a really good route. You don't usually see this clip done in no logic. Getting the real prize for the real Thieves Town. So they're very close to each other in progress. I think it's really this endgame swamp that's going to make the difference. It's whether SacriJuts can either find an item to make fake clippers easier or has it in their back pocket to just do it. So I don't know where they stand on that glitch. Because I know Doomtap is pretty good at it. Doomtap has been practicing some low percent moths. So he should be able to get this. It's also not that bad when you have the fire rod. Well, unless you miss every shot.
Well,
I'm not gonna blame
RNG,
him for that one that went to the block at the top, but I will blame him for the one that went to the block to the right of him.
Well, for the people that don't know, if the moth is touching the spikes when you damage it, the damage like doesn't count. So this is a very much an RNG boss fight. It's really bad.
This is a good time to whip out those blue potions that you burned on Fate Fleeting to 1. Alright, high five. Kind of. Virtual high five. SacriJuts will probably have a faster moth fight.
I would hope so. The tempered is like the speedrun fight.
This room might not go so well. It's pretty hard to deal with when you're off script. And you get off script if you get hit by the bunny beam and don't unbunny in the previous room. Yeah, that fairy looked tempting. You don't want that fairy. Fairy will just get you beams, and you don't want beams in the moth fight.
I'm not going for the strat though. Maybe he doesn't know it. The double poke.
The double poke strat is something you just learned for the speedrun, but it's still a better fight than Fighter Sword.
Oh yeah, that was still pretty quick, to give him credit.
Not remembering that he can turn this in. No, he's buying a blue potion. I love this. I think maybe that's for Trinix. Maybe he'll go to Trinix and... No, you would buy multiple blue potions if you were doing that. Well, he needs... Okay, here's what this... this might actually be Trinix... I was gonna say double YBA, but he has a pushing, so I don't know why he would do that. Yeah, I have no idea why he chose those potions. I guess we can only watch. General safety for magic? Okay, I can buy that. That's why I was thinking Trinix, because it doesn't really have a good way to kill Trinix with this equipment. But I don't think he needs magic for pod. It's not really necessary. How many checks will he do in pod? Probably all of them. He skipped Skullwoods Bridge? Oh. Well, that's telling. His sword was... Where was his sword? It was on blind. Can you resurrect blind by YBAing north?
He might have just forgot to go back in for it, cause or I don't know. He has the mirror, so usually you check that first if you have the mirror, in case it's an item that makes the fight easier. So I don't
Oh,
know.
you mean the Skullwoods Bridge? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if he was gonna dupe the blind sword, he might have just done it then, because he had the red potion coming out. But that would require a second blind fight. I'm not sure if it requires escorting the maiden again. I've never resurrected blind before.
Yeah, those kind of dupes are kind of extreme. Having to redo a boss fight is not the fastest way to do things usually, but it's possible that it's a good play. Yeah, I think he probably just forgot that check or didn't want to do it because it's slow. Because he's checking a lot of stuff here, so I really don't know.
It's worth pointing out that SacriJuts is currently go-moding Mire. So that's a sign that maybe they have a solution for Swamp and is just comfortable beating the game now. Or maybe they'll go back in after killing Vitreous.
Yeah, that was my thought, because you have to do the boss anyway, so you could get lucky and there's a helpful item on the boss, and then you save time by skipping, like, the checks inside the dungeon, but I don't know. To my knowledge, SacriJuts doesn't know how to do Fate Clippers, but it's possible they put time into it and learned it.
It's also possible that they're just going to do an Agate Tower-based solution, but that's not really great right now because they don't have any keys. You want at least one key to do Castle Tower.
Well, he's in Mire right now. He could unlock it.
That's awful. I think if you are going to do that, I guess you full clear Mire after doing this, and then you do that. But I think you just don't. I think you just look for Cane or Flippers at that point, or look for a Castle Tower small key.
Oh, I mean, that was good hook pushing, at least.
Yeah.
Like, not the fastest, but he didn't fail them, though.
Yeah, but here's the big key.
Oh.
You're gonna need to do that. The first hook push was necessary to skip the Cane of Samaria. The second hook push was just out of habit, I think.
Just a little extra swag. Probably forgot he has the big key.
Yeah, that was... I love Glitch Brain. It's so good. We all do stuff like that sometimes. It goes to show how comfortable people get with no logic. That they just do it by default and don't even think about whether they have the item that they're skipping or not.
Well, that could be relevant if he goes back in. Is he going to skip the big chest because he thinks he doesn't have the big key?
Nah, that's a good question. What is this song called? This is Green Hill Zone from Sonic, and it's by Super Guitar Brothers.
Okay, well, we're not going back into Mire. We're going to Desert.
Yeah, this is good. I like this aggressive play. I mean, I guess I'll like it more when I see SacriJuts has a plan for Swamp, but for now it's getting them through the seed quickly. I mean, I think they're ahead of Doomtap, right? In dungeons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're a little bit ahead, but they're also the one that Doomtap is doing that's about to be done. And yeah, I don't know. I would actually give the lead to SacriJuts right now, assuming that they have a plan for Swamp and can pull it off.
The Swamp is a huge elephant in the room right now. Like, it's gonna be the decider. I hate to say it, but that's just how it is. The Swamp is going to decide this race, and who can solve it faster.
When you have a race this close that has a difficult endgame glitch, you're probably going to see both of them doing that glitch at the same time, and the race will just go to whoever gets it first. That happens a lot with the TR double YBA, where you just have two people doing it over and over again until one of them succeeds, and that's the person who's ahead. Oh, that's where Burna was. That's how Doomtap was able to do blind after Desert, but not before.
5 to 4 then on the crystal counts in favor of SacriJuts at the moment.
Not only that, but the Meyer crystal is not trivial. Like that was something they had to do with a glitch, and Doomtap might go in full clear it because he's looking for swords, and he might fall behind just from that alone. SacriJuts' early play into Laser Bridge was huge in this race. Looks like we are going to go back in. I'm not sure if this is just to get items or to execute on the swamp plan, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a better plan, okay, well, he's not doing that. I was gonna say, it's not a bad play if you commit to the play and just do it, but...
I'm confused, though. Clearly, the lack of potions was the thing stopping them from doing that, and I don't know what they were planning to do with potions. Does Doomtap know this is Green Pendant?
This could be a play into Meyer from Eastern, using the... Well, I guess it's not super relevant, but with the big key, but...
This might just be
I was just gonna say it's a density to do both dungeons at the same time.
This is just like getting swords, I suppose. And there is, you know, 2 of SacriJuts' swords are the same sword, so there are still 2 swords, like real ones, out there for Doom to find that aren't on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. If you're doing pod into Eastern, like into Meyer, you're being as efficient as you can be.
And it's also possible that Doom gets the sword on Laser Bridge, doesn't dupe it because maybe he has the wrong kind of potion, doesn't think of it, or has plans for the potion that he wants to use, like maybe to get to Trinex. And then SacriJuts has a sword advantage in Ganon, which is, you know, despite Doomtap's Master Sword, Ganon skills, still a time advantage, no matter how good you are. Okay, what is this? This isn't King's Tomb, is it? No, this is back to Hera? Pyramid Fairy offset? I'm not actually sure where we're going.
Yeah, you know, I don't... If this is a castle play, I don't understand bailing on Meyer, because I think Meyer would be higher on the density list.
Oh, well, this
this
is...
is super...
Is this swamp?
Oh, never mind.
I'm not sure where you would super jump to. When you've already been to Meyer, and you can't do anything in swamp from the front with this equipment, so... Not sure what the plan is.
Oh, we're about to find out.
Wait, we don't have the flute, though. I mean, we have blue potions, maybe, but we don't have the real flute.
The Doom is going to take down Armos Knights with knowing it's the Green Pendant.
We're going back to Meyer?
Oh, well that's... surprising.
Okay, I will admit to having no idea what SacriJuts' plan is now. If this is a CT unlock, oh, you do need a potion to get in there. That's why, okay, I forgot, you can't just walk there. You do need to get in there with a YBA. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
that's why they were looking for the potions and the bottles. Wow, this is...
Yeah, there's nothing to hook in that area, so you can't hook push it.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, not there. There might be other places you can. Like, you might be able to get in with Castle Stay or Cave Stay or something. Like,
Yeah,
I would have to look at the map to see.
If you're doing it from Hyrule Castle, you'd have to be careful to not EG, I think, but I'm sure it's possible.
Ice Palace has some routes, but I don't think going to Ice Palace right now is better than what they're doing here. Okay, so we're going to do the YBA in the store. Normally you do this to get to Vitreous. Like, this is the Vitreous YBA. It's the first part of it, and then you back out of the door with a precise amount. Actually, they probably don't even need to be precise. Because the idea is that you want to have sprites, but actually I think they just need to be able to walk through the dungeon. As long as
they want to kill the guy to get the keys, I mean...
Is that enough?
No, that's not enough. You
It's
need to
not enough?
actually, like, you need to kill all the key guards and, like, go backwards if you're gonna do it this way.
Can
Unless
you
he
hook
has
hook
keys that we
push?
don't know about.
Can you hook push from one part of Castle Tower to the next and then bypass that door?
Well, you know what? Now that you mention it... Well, there was no point in unlocking that door then, though. If you're doing it
Yeah,
that way, if your plan is to hook push from the start,
because you can
but...
just hook push from past that door when you're in that room too. Well, Doomtap is doing GT, by the way. I love this. We're hook pushing past the hammer pegs door. So obviously don't have the hammer. We're just going through here. Being very careful not to go through the door again and get locked.
I feel the pain from SacriJuts. Swamp is not a fun dungeon to have to deal with, and clearly he's, like, mentally disorganized with
I think
what's going
just
on.
this is kind of a like maybe we should just be doing Argus right now instead, because Argus has some checks you can do on the way.
I agree.
It's not easy to do Argus either. It's just as Tam pointed out, the easiest way to do Argus right now is to come in from Hera and Specky Clip past the trench and then do a spin YBA to Argus. And there are some chests you can get while there. You can get the Hera, well, the Swamp Big chest. You can get the Swamp Compass chest. You could go to Diver Down if you wanted to. You have to go up the stairs anyway if you're going to use a green potion.
Yeah, the back is good density in Swamp, relatively.
And by the way, I think, you know, SacriJuts, if I'm recalling correctly, was the person who was asking me how to do Argus. You can fix that by going into Spy Cave, by the way. They were the one who was asking me today about how to do Argus with the spin YB. I didn't know about that. Maybe they do now, but I don't know if they have practiced it in the last 10 minutes and, you know, actually have it down, or if they just know it exists and will learn it later. Oh gosh, yeah. Doomtap had no bombs for Randa Room. He would have had to YVA here from the back. Has he actually found anything good here?
I'd have to say probably not.
I would say that the Small Cuda Desert is actually the best thing he found in GT so far. It's a good Argus option. If you want to do it from Desert, you want that door open. I still think it's better to do it from Hera, but it is an option.
Yeah, it's easy to forget some of the ways to do things, because we have so many ways to solve the same problem, but we don't always have all those options available. And Half Magic is a really good item.
Doable.
It will help make his Master Sword Trinex free, but Doomtap doesn't need that though, but I mean, he's not going to turn it down.
Okay, what is this? This looks like the same as last time. We're not going back to Meyer, are we? Did he just save and quit by accident? Was this just a, oh, oops, I actually needed to keep going. I need to go back and fix that? This might be the first time they've done this unlock.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. So, for people that don't know, if your plan is to unlock dungeon, you have to, like, go backwards and kill the guards that have the keys to open the doors. But it is possible to bypass those doors with hook pushing, but you kind of have to know, like, you have to need the map so you know what goes where to make it easier to know what you're doing.
So SacriJuts' solution, I think, that doesn't involve unlocking through Meyer is you go into the room with the first chest where you get your first small key, and then you don't need that, you're YBing. You get you can hook push north in that room, I think.
Yes.
And that would just bypass both key doors. And then you can do the rest normally. No, we're good, I haven't done this dude in so long, I'm trying to remember whether you need to bring a key in, but I don't think you do.
No, I think you covered it. I actually did do this Castle Tower play recently, not the way he's doing it, but... because it puts you in, like, the second dark floor. So you go left, and there's the one, like, the room with all the pits, and then there's the archer key guard, so... yeah, I think you'd be good on keys.
I don't understand why he would need to do the key. He didn't get the key. He had to kill the guard for it.
Yeah, he didn't kill anybody. He just kind of left after he opened the door.
You go here, you kill the guards, and that opens the door and also gives you a key. Seems to know about that. I'm not really sure. I think this is just a, they saved him quite prematurely because they thought this was the only unlocking they need to do, and then afterward realized that they needed to do more. Meanwhile, Doomtap is about to catch up on crystals, but is still not in go mode. So Doomtap did all of GT and basically found nothing. As long as SacriJuts succeeds at this could still work, but I think the version of Swamp Crystal that they're doing is just inherently slower than what Doomtap will do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe SacriJuts was like reading a guide on how to do this, or like got confused, because like the pressure of these races is like pretty enormous, so making a mistake is like understandable. And I actually did time it recently. If you do the hook push strat, it still takes like 5 minutes. Even with a first try clipe out of AGA 1, it still takes like 5 minutes to get the crystal that way, which is not great. It'll probably take Doomtap like, I don't know, assuming good clippers, you know, definitely less than 5 minutes, like maybe like 3 minutes, because you have to get into Hera with it flooded. I don't know. It's definitely faster though.
Can we appreciate how the devs gave you ways to backtrack out of basically any dungeon? And that we can actually use that in no logic. Like pushing that block to open the door to go backwards in Castle Tower. Like, why would you do that in vanilla, right? It's okay. We didn't get a key that we were supposed to get. Nice sword, by the way. I don't think Doomtap's finding that. Okay, so... That's okay. That's okay. So, SacriJuts' solution to that key door being not unlocked is to YBA in this door that they just went through. They will need to bring 2 potions. Looks like we'll just do some castle checks.
I'm confused how he like misused the key or what happened there, because I wasn't...
Well, there's 2 key doors, and bringing the Meyer key and only unlocks one of them. They didn't misuse anything, that's just how it works.
Well, did he kill the archer guard?
Probably, yeah, I think he used it to get through the maze room.
Oh,
right.
Okay, right.
So you use... There are 2 small key doors in Castle Tower that require, you know, keys that you have to find. And they only brought in 1 from Meyer, so they were only able to unlock 1 of those doors.
Right, that makes sense.
The other one
I think the last time I did it that way, I would advise Cave State for the future if you're gonna do that strat.
Oh yeah, you can Cave State Meyer in a couple different ways, but that's fine. They can bypass that first key door with a YBA. It's just a very simple north YBA in that first door. If they had unlocked the other door, they could use a Stairmaster to bypass it. They also might just find a Castle Tower key at this point. They're going through here. Doomtap has one, and I don't know where it is. By the way, Doomtap is, you know, doing a bunch of Meyer checks that SacriJuts skipped. Being on that sword disadvantage is hurting him quite a bit. And now we know where one of those swords is. It might be hard for him to get the Castle Tower sword. I don't think he's ever going there. So he has to either go to Laser Bridge and just believe, or find the other one. This is good stuff. Wow, we're unlocking the door? Why are we doing that? Okay, this is a hook push that bypasses the Samaria room. Oh, he has the blue boomerang. He has both boomerangs.
So if he had picked up the... Oh no, the switch is already the way he wanted it. Never mind. I was about to say something that doesn't matter in this case. I don't know why I'm used to the switch being the other way.
Well, when you full cleared the dungeon, the switch is the other way, isn't it? I don't think Doomtap actually full cleared, but he did do a lot. Also, he has a much slower Vidi fight. This is quite dangerous. I don't even think that magic helps. You can't use Burna and spin. So he just has to do all this low percent stuff.
Yeah, this is disgusting. Oof.
Yeah, he's good at it, but it's still really slow and pretty risky. The rest of it, I think, can be done with just arrows. It's a little safer with the red mail.
I'm confused about his mail because I think the green one was actually blue, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, Charker says he is red, so...
We'll trust in Tam.
By the way, Swamp Palace, we're in Hera right now. This is probably the Argus fight for SacriJuts coming up. But also getting some chests. Doing a backtrack that they don't actually need to do to get the crystal, but is looking for items while here. I think probably thinking this castle tower play is so awful that they're just gonna look for things. And then do it if they don't find anything as a last resort. Why are we not doing Trinex before Swamp? That's a really good question. I think they should be doing that. It's slightly more efficient to do Trinex last if you have the cane, but if you don't have the cane, it doesn't really matter. You should just... this is again what I was saying about just do the easy things first. No, the Argus play is good, because that's a lot... You can see all these chests that they're opening on the way, and they could all be helpful, but the Trinex is one item as well, and that could be helpful too. Okay, I'd like to see this. We are doing the stairs, and just to fix an issue that can crash your game.
Yeah, the stairs are very important here, and it's easy to forget that.
Am I remembering right that SacriJuts is the person I was teaching this to like an hour ago?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Cool, I love to see it. Doomtap, by the way, also doing Argus.
Yeah, this is the desert swamp play on Doomtap's side, when SacriJuts is showing us the Hera swamp play.
So what I was saying about Doomtap having like this desert small key, this is what that allows us to use this door to do some glitches. It gets a different set of items than SacriJuts is getting, so if there's a, for example, Diver Down Room has a sword, Doomtap might get it here.
Well, SacriJuts could have got those chests and just decided not to.
That's true.
It's slow, though. You have to either know kind of an obscure setup to do it with no splash because he has no flippers, or you have to pull the lever.
Yeah, also worth... Yeah, I guess I left out the background that SacriJuts went to Laser Bridge really early and found a sword and duped it. So the value of doing Trinex is minimized by it just being one item instead of 5. But that was a successful Argus fight. There's no prize because we already have the desert prize.
Oh, that was Hera for SacriJuts.
Oh, we're doing...
But, yeah.
We're doing Uncle Jump? Okay. Oh, the Castle Tower key and silver's here? That's actually something SacriJuts really would have wanted.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I agree that you should have done Trinex first, but, like... you know, he's unlocking and preparing like the Castle Tower dupe, but then still checking items. I mean, I can't say I blame him, but like, if you're gonna go for that, it makes more sense to commit to it and just be aggressive about it.
Where are we going? Is this GT or is this back to super jumping? This is GT. Oh no, SacriJuts is about to give back all the time to Doomtap. All Doomtap needs to do now is get Swamp Crystal and kill Trinex and find the sword on the way. By the way, this Doomtap did a mirror door. This is like a YBA, but it takes longer. It's normal for Doomtap to be frozen here.
You say all he has to do, but Doomtap has to do like a very difficult trick that's like even harder than hovering. So...
I don't think it's hard for Doomtap. I think Doomtap can just do it and it'll be fine. And it's also not that hard if you just select buffer it. It's annoying, but it's not the worst. It's like Mimic Clip. If you can't do it by hovering the D-pad, you just select buffer it and it's fine. The hard part is knowing like knowing how to do it, because it's a little different from Mimic Clip in that it's not 1 frame inputs, it's actually 2 frame inputs. It's like alternating 2 frame and 1 frame inputs.
Well, it's harder than Mimic Clip because you have to like roll your thumb to like the down position, and your buffer like has to be perfect every time. Like with Mimic Clipping, it doesn't matter for the like the up buffer. Only like the buffer that's into the wall matters for Mimic Clipping.
That's not true in that the fake clipper, only half of the buffers need to be perfect, and the other half are a range of 2 to 9 frames. So in a way, it's actually a lot like the Mimic Clip, where every other buffer is lenient and every other buffer is difficult. Did Doomtap kill Argus, or was that a mirror door fail? You think he was impatient? Oh no.
You have to pick up a pot to do the mirror door, though. So,
yeah, I don't think it's possible to fail mirror door there, unless you have a VRAM problem.
Or he pushed the select button for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, it's, I think, impossible to break mirror door in that room. Well, I mean, that's time back to SacriJuts that they will need, because they went to the right side of GT, which Doomtap didn't do. And didn't find, as far as I'm aware, didn't find anything useful. We already know where one of the Castle Tower small keys is. There's another one that Doomtap has that maybe is here? So I don't know where he got it. Maybe that'll help. Okay, Doomtap is picking up items that are probably, I would think for hook pushing, but actually it might just be for, oh, we're going to ice. I was thinking it was for fake flippers, but we're just doing this. Well, this is also time back, I guess.
Yeah, this race is playing out definitely very interesting.
Is this the longest one? I thought Castle, like Castle Video was the longest mirror door that we do.
Yeah, that one is quite long, like close to 90 seconds. I don't remember how long the Argus one is, because I haven't done it in a while, but...
I can look.
This is unfortunate for Doomtap, because he knows TR is a crystal, but doesn't want to go there.
Yeah,
And
Castle,
then we know the sword is there.
Castle is very long. It's nearly at the bottom of the EG map. Swamp is actually pretty fast. Swamp is one of the fastest ones we do. It's 3 super tiles from the top of the EG map, so it has the shortest timer of any mirror door that we do, I think. So maybe he did mess it up, because maybe we would have seen that succeed by now. I wonder what he did that messed it up. Normally that's picking up chests, but there's no chests in that room, so I don't know what it would have been.
He would have had to hit the select button, like if he was like thinking about something, or I don't know.
I don't think going through the door messes it up. I've had that happen before and been fine.
Nah, the door definitely does not matter.
It's not a West Samaria, it's a mirror door. Both of those do have 18-minute, 1,000-year doors, but it's... Okay, SacriJuts is going somewhere new. It's just top of GT. Hook push.
Well, he might eventually find Samaria or flippers. Like, there's not too much left that we haven't seen, I don't think.
There's some things. I'd say most of TR is unchecked, except Laser Bridge.
Well, if it's in TR, I mean, they're kind of out of luck.
They'll admit to not paying much attention to Doomtap and Ice. It doesn't look like he found anything there. This is a heck of a race if he if one of them finds their item first. Doomtap is going to back to Meyer. Why are we going to Meyer? Because we haven't done it yet. Wait. Really? Oh no, Doomtap lost progress. That's not good. How much progress did Doomtap lose? Is it just Vidi and then like going to Swamp? Yeah, some trackers will not unmark things. Most trackers won't unmark things. Yeah, Doomtap does appear to be just go-moding Meyer. Actually, I'm wrong. Doomtap is taking this opportunity to do Meyer checks that he didn't do the first time. Wait. Is he? What are we doing? I think that might actually be what we're doing. No, apparently we did the checks. Okay, SacriJuts back to potentially maybe a Pyramid Fairy play? Or just back to Meyer with the super jump.
This looks like a castle play with the mirror offset portal.
A good way to get checks on the way to Aga Tower. You're gonna take a Death Warp, yeah. So if you're taking a Death Warp and placing a portal, that is a castle play. I don't know how much of the castle SacriJuts did. It might have been none of it.
I don't think that he went there yet. Outside of the Uncle play, I mean the Uncle Thieves Town play.
There was a blue potion bottle on the pyramid ledge, by the way. I don't know if that helps, but it is at least if, you know, they do go into... Oh, there's a bottle here. Wait, the blue potion was... maybe that was the thing that you get when you throw the bottle in. Also, that was in the seed I just played. I'm just seed bleeding. Don't worry about me. But yes, the refill was blue and there was a bottle here. Not even throwing it in. Which is a good sign. It means that they have a plan with what they have. This isn't where you mirror to do Castle Tower. So maybe this is just a bunch of Uncle checks, a bunch of other stuff, while Doomtap catches up doing another viddy.
Oh wait, I thought that he was here before. I
think SacriJuts was
both
here?
of them. Oh, maybe not.
No, I don't think SacriJuts has even touched the castle area at all. We saw Doom here, doing it on the way to Blind. Doom's having a little more trouble with this viddy than the last one. I mean, I hate having to say second viddy kill, but that is what we're looking at here. Oh, maybe it's because he's just drinking the potion now and didn't drink it before. Oh, by the way, SacriJuts found the Castle Tower small key. So there shouldn't really be anything stopping him from doing a front-to-back Castle Tower now. And this might just be a comfort level play. Oh no, this is just, we're just going to the castle now. Okay, cool. So SacriJuts has to do... now I have to explain crystal looping. Okay, so... there is one door in the game that changes your dungeon ID. And normally the only way to get a crystal is to be in the dungeon and go to a boss room. Being in Swamp is really hard for SacriJuts right now because they don't have flippers. So what they're doing instead is being in Aga Tower and then walking through that special door that toggles your dungeon ID to Swamp Palace and then going to a boss room. The special door is in the castle. There's actually really close to here, but he has to be in Castle Tower safe for this to work, so you have to climb the tower all the way to the top, clip out of the Aga 1 arena, and then walk through that door, which will involve hook pushing for SacriJuts, and then go back through that door to toggle the dungeon ID, and then go to Hera, kill Moldorm, because we haven't done that yet, and then collect the Swamp Palace Crystal. Meanwhile, Doomtap is doing another go at this, hopefully with a bottle this time. I don't want to see another hard lock. He had 3 bottles, so I had the ability to bring in one, but I think he used one to fight Vitreous. Oh, Doom's not getting his silvers! No, dude! It's worth it. Oh well. Probably just thinking, whatever, at this point. Especially if this might fail. This shouldn't fail if he gets it. So I'm watching the timer just to see. This should be one of the faster mirror doors.
Yeah, I don't remember this one taking that long.
And I don't see. He did go up and down the stairs, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, he had to. He came.
Yeah,
he
you
came
come from there.
both.
Okay, that's the speed I expect. So I'll have to watch back the VOD to see what went wrong with the last one. Okay, this clip that SacriJuts is doing is, we call this Clipe, and we normally do it in Agatur to save a few seconds, but in this one it's just to get out, and it's, if you're not used to doing like just like a sword buffered Clipe, then you have to do it this way. Plus you have this thing shooting balls at you all the time, which is really annoying. Is Doomtap behind? Doomtap is behind if he doesn't go to Laser Bridge immediately. But he still has to get Swamp Crystal too. He's actually, like, I want to say they're like both close to Swamp Crystal. But, oh, he's behind his PB. Yeah. I think they're both close to Swamp Crystal, but SacriJuts is, oh, I hope they know. You need to get Key Rat to backtrack through here.
They're about to figure it out, I mean.
Yeah. So what happens is, like, everyone who does this the first time gets there and panics because they realize they don't have a key. And you have to remember about Key Rat. Because it's easy to just panic and think you're, like, screwed. Doomtap has... Okay, Doomtap is in a good position to do fake flippers here because he has the Swamp Palace Small-Key and the Mirror. Which means he can do Swamp almost normally. He just has to clip and fake flipper instead of just swim. He could even hook shot to the boss room if he wanted to. That way, no, he couldn't. He doesn't have flippers.
I can't wait for Flippers or Samaria to be on Try Next.
Oh gosh. They'll both feel so behind, missing their item from DR. This is...
Oh, he didn't even delete the door, that's right. So he has to hook push past the door. This is the magic door that changes our ID, and it just so happens that Castle Tower is paired with Swamp, so once he gets through the wall and then goes through the door, the game will think that we're in Swamp.
Does anybody know what's in their bottles? It shouldn't matter, but because they can just do a second hook push here. But if the hook push fails, it's good to have a backup. And the backup is a
he only
potion.
has one shot to do this with 4 bombs, it looks like.
Got the stuck hook, now we have to release it. This should be fine, just 2 bombs, 2 lamps, and spam the hook shot, and you're in. So,
Well, Doomtap is so far so good.
oh my gosh, Doomtap. You got greedy. You want to go into the corner and hang out a little bit and wait for that dude? Doomtap, I think, thought that he could maybe beat it and go through the door, and then panicked and realized, like, oh, actually, this is a problem.
And
That's
that is
very
so
unfortunate. And now he has to restock because he doesn't have very much fake flipper. I think he could have done more with fake flipper. I'm not actually sure why he's doing this.
Yeah, that is particularly painful because he did the hard part and
He's
then
using
like
the
failed
fake
on the
flipper
easy part.
Right, he's using the fake flipper to do this. So what does he need it for then? Was he going to hook push? Probably he needs it for hook pushing. So he was going to hook push to the to Hera from here. All right, the hardest part of this dupe is killing Moldor. But yeah, SacriJuts is actually in a pretty commanding lead now. All they have to do is walk out of here with the Swamp Crystal and hook push the Trinex. They need bombs, but other than that, they should have what they need to beat the game. And then they'll have to do something for Agatur, which there's a few options. Hook pushing's one of them. Oh, this is a great place to swim clip. It's enemies everywhere. Doomtap's struggling to find a safe place. Just gonna walk out. Okay, I understand. There is a mirror portal in the front of Swamp, so SacriJuts is probably better than saving and quitting.
I agree. The bomb clip that he had to do to get past the hammer pegs is not the friendliest.
SacriJuts could get bombs in TR. I think this was a do I have enough bombs to do this question. I saw like an almost save and quit. But they do if they go into TR and get the bomb that's there and mirror out and get another one, which is kind of slow, but it's an option. They also might be able to do a hook push that's not bomb based, but I think no, they're realizing they don't have bombs now. Okay. How did you want bombs for the OA stuck push at least? By the way, has anybody else noticed that Doomtap just always gets screwed by lack of swords in every race that he's in? Like, that seems to be a theme.
Yeah,
every
one
race
is in Castle Tower.
like every
one
race
is in
that
Laser-
Doomtap has lost or almost lost has probably come down. I think has come down to missing swords. Except maybe the ones against Chex. Chex is just the best no logic player, except maybe Tam. So that's, you know, we all just expect to lose to Chex. But the other players, the losses were like sword based. Okay, back to the fake clippers. Doomtap's very good at it. So it's. But once you're in this state, you can just hold down left.
That's so disgusting how he makes it look trivial to do this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm always laboring away at the select buffers and he's just swimming. Okay, he seems to not be very familiar with this part. You can just hold up
that's the
and
easy
go into the
part,
corner.
I mean.
Yeah, you go into the corner and you're safe. I don't think he meant to go up the stairs there. Maybe he's trying to get the sword here. Oh, he did. Let's get the sword. A sword check, I should say. We know there's not actually a sword here. Meanwhile, SacriJuts on their way to their last boss, and I'm very curious what is on try next. One more hook push. Oh, we got an intangible. What happened there?
Not sure.
I think Doomtap is... Sorry, SacriJuts is wondering if maybe it has to do with having beams, so that's what that fall was for. Doomtap is setting up for a hook push, despite having a red potion. I'm assuming he just has other plans for that potion and wants to do the hook push here. The cool thing about Hera and Swamp is they're just next to each other, and you can pass freely between them using glitches. Hera to Swamp is a little easier than Swamp to Hera. And we're in. No, we're not in. What happened?
I was afraid of that.
Can that
I've
happen?
seen that.
Is that
Yeah.
because you were too far to the left? If you're too far to the left, you're like in the slope. Oh, things are not going great for Doomtap right now.
I mean, you
This
can
must
do
be-
it that way, but you need to be careful with your inputs so that you don't get like
Nice
collisions
hammer.
deeper into the wall.
Hammer is cute, but it's also really bad for Doomtap because Doomtap is probably waiting for a hammer. That is a really fast clipper. He's probably waiting for like a hammer or a sword to show up to even kill Trinex with. So knowing that the hammer won't show up for Doom is pretty bad news for him. It's also
Yeah.
bad news that he's just behind because he's also struggling with Swamp Crystal in his own unique way. Both of them struggle with Swamp Crystal in different ways. I was saying earlier that Swamp is the hardest dungeon, one of the hardest dungeons in No Logic to do without the normal equipment. And we're seeing why that is.
Oh yeah, it's not even close in double rods. I mean,
And it's interesting that for Doom, it's not even the fake clipper. That's the problem, it's everything else. Doing the hook push, doing the, not getting hit. Okay, so this, what are we doing here? This is potentially a lava dive with the bottle. So if you were going to hook push, we would have done it in that room. Oh, okay. Okay, we're out. That was scary, but we made it. I'm scared of the fire. Okay. This will be Aga 2 for SacriJuts as Doomtap gets his Swamp Crystal. So that's everything except Trinex. So what are you gonna do? Go to Laser Bridge and try to kill Trinex with the Fighter Sword, maybe put some potions in the bottles to make that possible. He would want magic potions. I know he has one red. Or he's going to Laser Bridge and hoping there's a sword there. By the way, he's in the Dark World, so he can just click there. Nice job remembering.
Yeah, heads up routing for sure.
Alright, let's see it. I want to see the sword dupe. No, we're not doing it. We're just gonna move on. Well, given that he also spurned the silver arrows on the second swamp trip, I think he's just ready to finish the game and not fool around with extra glitches.
That's understandable, honestly.
And he's probably seeing that his opponent hasn't finished yet, and you can't really afford to fool around if it's close. Although I do think duping his sword would probably save time over not doing it if he were to succeed at it. And I know he has a red potion in there.
Oh yeah, especially having the mirror too.
Oh yeah, if you don't have the mirror, it's a little inconvenient. It's very nice Trinex fight though. Ooh, gets some damage cancel on the restun. Other than that, very nice fight. But it's gonna be hard to compete with a Butter Sword Ganon. Especially now that we've gotten past pretty much the last place where it can reasonably fail, which is Torch Glitch. Of course, it could still fail from falling, but at this point, I think SacriJuts probably has it in the bag. How do we feel about that hammer? I don't think we're going to even use the hammer. If Doom didn't have to redo Vidi, yeah, that was probably the worst. Like, the worst thing that happened to Doom. Doing Vidi twice was very bad. Having to, like, Fighter Sword Vidi is slow. Having to do it twice is even worse.
Alright, please get your GGs in the chat for SacriJuts. Going to win this one with an official time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 54 seconds. Well, Doomtap is showing us the other way, or hopefully is showing us the other way to get into the lava.
You missed slot 1 hookshot, which isn't enough. You have to either miss slot 2 or miss slot 1 and stick the second one. It's his last bomb, but it should be fine. He just has to... Oh no! Oh, that's how it fails. You pick up the pot and it hooks the heart. What the heck? I've seen people pick up the pot before. I don't know why it sometimes does that and sometimes doesn't.
Oh, it's because he had to rush it because of not having bombs. You need to, like, wait, like, a few frames. Like, not horribly long, but after the hook sticks, you have to just wait a tiny bit before you pick up the pot, I think.
I see. Well, Doomtap decides to forfeit because redoing this would be annoying, so... GG's to both runners. This is only game 1. Their game 2 will be on the 23rd, which is tomorrow, at the same time. If you want to catch that, don't miss it.
Hello.
Hello, GG's.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
How
I
do
was
you...
really scared for the last 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, I bet. You know, knowing that Doom can fake Clipper and that you did Argus in a way that I think you just learned like 2 hours ago. So that was pretty cool to see.
Putting theory into practice really soon after learning it is nice.
So you and Doomtap both had drama getting Swamp Crystal, but for different reasons. Doomtap was able to get the fake Clippers several times, but subsequent steps didn't go as well. You had some trouble unlocking Castle Tower.
Yeah.
You did have a solution available to you involving hook pushing that wouldn't have required any trips through mire.
All right.
So I think you can start in that first like room in Castle Tower that has the chest in it and hook push past all the key doors if you needed to.
Oh, that would have been really nice to know.
Yeah, that's where like just like having the EG map can help, but it's you know, and I know very well that it's easy to forget all of your solutions. There's so many solutions in general that remembering all of them is really hard.
Yeah, my plan at first was to Stairmaster from the first key door, but I burned the key on the way, so...
Yeah, you could YBA in the first door. The old way before Stairmaster, we used to spend the key in the second door by YBAing in the first door.
Oh. See, that's thing that I should probably learn to do. Or at least know they exist.
It's also, fake clippers is doable with select buffers, if you're comfortable with those. Like, I can't do it the way Doom does, but I can do it with select buffers, and I think anyone who can do any one-frame clips can also learn fake clippers.
Yeah, I should do some practice on this at some point. Because Swamp is a real pain point for me. But apart from Swamp, I believe the seed went really well overall.
Your early play into TR was huge, because you probably know that that was the only available sword for a long time after the first one. Doomtap, of course, was never going to go to Castle Tower. Nobody does that unless they're either in there really early doing it with Hyrule Castle or duping Swamp that way. And since that's not Doom's solution to Swamp, he was never going to go there. And it's hard to convince yourself to go to Laser Bridge when you don't have a good weapon to kill Trinex with.
I went to Laser Bridge because at first I wanted to push to top of GT from the Hookshot Cave and realized I didn't have a sword for the Sparkles. So it would have been probably a setup I don't know. So I just fell back on Laser Bridge, which went well, I guess.
Yeah, it was good. It was your first sword, Doom's second, and like very recent sword. Doom had the blind sword early, killed blind with Berna. Which is not easy to get either, because you had to kill Lanmo first to get Berna, and then use Berna to kill blind. Since the hammer was on Trinex, you didn't have very many options. How about you, Doomtap?
Hello, hi, GG's.
Hello, GG's.
GG's.
GG.
I felt pretty good about the early game of the seed. I had long strings of things that I seemed to chain together that I felt good about. I don't know if it was actually good.
Your route was really good. I mean, the early game, especially when you had Dark World and Light World to clear together. I'm always skeptical about doing that with the mirror, but you managed to make it work.
I think I did it kind of poorly, but I don't know. I got all the checks. That's all I was concerned with. I thought about going to Laser Bridge when I went to Dark Death Mountain, but I did the Super Bunny in the Hookshot Cave, and then I went to Skull Woods to finish that because I had the blind sword. So I just went there and killed Moth, and I said, well, I'll just go to Laser Bridge later. And then when the time came to look for a sword, I said, well, I'll go to Armos first. I'll go to GT, and I'll check Ice Palace. And of course, it's not there at all.
Do you know what went wrong with your mirror door? Because we're trying to figure it out.
I used the map before it.
Oh, the map.
Yeah, so I went to do the mirror door inputs, and I just hit X, and I didn't think anything of it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I did the mirror door, and then I noticed it started taking a while, so I opened the speedrun wiki, and I looked up mirror door, and I saw that map makes it take like 17 minutes or whatever.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Yeah, I opened up the EG map to see how long it should take, and it's probably the fastest mirror door. So it was. Once I saw that, I realized like, yeah, you actually did hard lock and didn't just, get impatient.
I didn't think of it at the time. Like if I were a little slower, I probably just would have reloaded the room and did it without the map.
I wouldn't have known about the map either. It's good to know. That's why I asked. I want to know in the future if it happens to me. I know opening chests can ruin it.
Yeah, I guess everything can, apparently.
Just don't do anything except pick up pots.
But no, other than that, I'm pretty... I don't know, it was fun. I seemed to get worse as I went along. Looking for the sword, I was starting to panic and flail, and clearly you could see that, but overall, it was enjoyable. I'm going to take every match that I have is going to go to game 3.
Yep. Well, that's your challenge. Well, not yet. It's tomorrow, so you do have to win that match for that to happen.
I hope there is no game 3, to be honest.
But yeah, GG's. I'm looking forward to watching it back, just to see... I'm assuming we had pretty different routes with the early Moon Pearl, and not many weapons.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure a lot of people do the same route as I do, but for good reason.
Oh, one more thing. I failed the final hook push to Aga 2 because I was trying to rush because I didn't have any bombs left, and I picked up the pot too early, and the hook didn't stick.
It's like identical to what JD said. So yeah, that seems to be accurate. I was wondering why you sometimes lose your hook on that heart and sometimes don't. Learning something new every day. So yeah, that's it for now. It's not it for today though. At 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be racing, commentators racing, me versus JD, with Doomtap on comms. And maybe we can get Tam on comms and SacriJuts on tracking and just have this race again with trading roles. See you then.
All right, thanks a lot.